Hello, thank you for joining me. Today I'll be talking about weave versus natural hair. A question that I'm often asked is that, is weaving good for our hair or is it not? My answer to that will be by asking another question. When you are weaving, are you weaving because you are trying to substitute your hair? Or are you weaving because it's a style, temporary style that you want to wear for a certain period? Or are you ashamed of your hair? Or lastly, is it because of goodness? With this question, you can answer for yourself. And out of this question, you can be able to determine whether it is good or not. Let's look at the technicalities on how to put on a weave. There are two different ways of putting on a weave. The first one is when you use a glue. A glue is used to actually stick the weave into the hair. So they take the hair and the weave, they glue them together, and then you have your weave. And then the other type of putting on the weave is when your hair is plaited underneath. They plait cornrows and then from there sew the weave on top of your head. Okay, let's start first with the glue one. The glue one, the only disadvantage with that one, after maybe a long period of time, after a certain period of time after you've worn that style, by the time you want to take it out, the hair, it actually, when you remove that glue and the weave from your hair, it actually moves with your hair. It moves out with your hair. So in terms of being healthy, is it healthy or is it not healthy? The fact that you lose this excessive hair when you have to remove the weave, that actually makes it a disadvantage for you to have in terms of also if you want to care for your hair and you want your hair to be nourished and to be healthy. So that's not actually a healthier option. And then let's look at the one where you sew the weave into the hair. First of all, they will actually plait your hair. As I've mentioned before in the previous videos, I said plaiting is good for our hair. So when you're plaiting your hair, that is good, and then they will sew the weave on top of the plait, that is also good. But the only downfall on that one is that you cannot maintain the hair underneath. So as time goes on, when the scalp now starts secreting its own oils and mixed with the products that are being used, and then now dead start cluttering, you cannot reach the hair underneath the weave. So the hair is actually embedded underneath the weave, so it cannot be maintained. That hair underneath it cannot be maintained. It's difficult for you to maintain it. So that's why you end up seeing a lot of black women tapping their heads like this. If it's itching, they're tapping because they cannot get to the bottom of the hair. So in that sense, in terms of the health of your hair, that is not good. So in terms of the weave, it is good when you put down the weave just as a different style, because we as black women, we like to be different all the time. Today you've got this, tomorrow you've got that. We love different styles. We love to shape our hair into different forms and sizes. That is okay. So for you to have a weave just for a style, for a period of, because it felt like you wanted to change, that is not a problem. But if you use the weave to actually substitute your hair, or you feel like the weave is actually better hair than your hair, or if you feel like if you don't have the weave then you are not beautiful, then for me that is a problem. Because a weave should just be made just for me to look different, but not to substitute my own hair, or to substitute the way I look when I have my natural hair. Because if the danger with wearing too much weaves is that most of the time, especially when you remove the weave, you don't feel like you're beautiful. You don't feel confident. You don't feel you. It's like you need to put this thing on. It's more like an addiction. You have to put it on in order for you to look beautiful. And when it comes to that, then it is a problem. And it becomes a substitute to who you are, and accepting who you are and conforming to the standards that says we're not enough, and with our natural hair we're not beautiful. We have to have certain type of hair, meaning straight hair or long or extremely long hair in order for us to feel as if we are beautiful. So that's my take on the weave. So when you're weaving, just ask yourself this question: am I weaving because it's a style, or am I weaving because I'm afraid of my own hair, or I'm afraid of who I am? And there, for me, that is a big problem. We cannot be afraid of our own hair. We cannot be afraid of the way we are made. We can only enhance our beauty and so beautiful the way we are. And in terms of, I know most of the women, they use it also to hide the hair damage. It's fine if you're hiding the hair damage, but at the same time, you need to take care of the hair underneath. Find good products that will actually help in restoring back your hair health, so that you are able to actually, once that is done, you are able to wear your hair as natural as it is. And if you're wearing the weave because of sickness, that is also understandable. That is not a problem, because you cannot wear your hair because there's a problem inside. So that's also not a problem. So with those questions and with this topic that I just talked about, just evaluate yourself and see yourself where you are at, and you are able to make your own decision. As I always say, whatever you do, make an informed decision. Don't do things because it's a fashion, but make sure that when you do it, is it what I want, or is it good for me? How is it good for how does it affect my health? How does it affect the health of my hair, for instance? So those are the things. And also with the weave, which is very important, it's the sunlight. Our hair would like to have sunlight. So when you're wearing a weave forever and you never have a chance where you give your hair a breather and for it to actually smell the sunlight, and that's also a sort of like a health problem in terms of your hair, or your health of your hair. So those are the questions that I would like you to answer for yourself and make an informed decision for yourself. Thank you for joining me. Please join me again for more videos where I'll be talking about relaxers versus natural hair, where I'll be going into detail in terms of relax, what happens when you relax your hair, what happens chemically in terms of your hair. So I'll be going into a detailed talk on that one. So please come into our blog and download the videos, watch it with your family, watch it with your friends. Thank you. See you again.